Now, I want us to look at types of augmented reality. But before we go in, we delve in and dissect what I have for us today. I just want us to remind ourselves some of the some of virtual realities that are existing. I mentioned them some time back, but repetition is the key to understanding something better. So I just want to look at the various types of virtual reality that are existing today, because these elements or these branches or types of virtual realities are the driving force behind businesses today, behind learning, and we have so much to do with them. So it is important for us to understand them at this point in time. So the first in the list is what we are going to basically look at the individual types under it. Like we have augmented reality, which is sometimes referred to as AR. So this kind of virtual reality is designed to add some digital elements of a real world with limited interaction. Remember, we pointed out that the differences between augmented reality and virtual reality, and we said that in virtual reality, in augmented reality, there is 75% of real world and 25% virtual reality, for that matter. So you are able to see that. That's why they are saying it is designed to add a digital element of a real world views with the limited interaction. Now, when it comes to virtual reality, this is a massive experience that normally takes away real world from the user, and to achieve this, they use digital devices such as headsets, headphones, primarily designed for those kind of activities. So with virtual reality, the viewer or the user or the consumer of this technology is taken into a virtual world completely. There is less interaction with the real world as far as virtual reality is concerned. Then we also have what we call mixed reality. Now, mixed reality is a combination of virtual reality and augmented reality, so that the digital components or the digital elements are able to interact with the real world to bring out the designed objective of the business. So in this, it's basically a compromise between virtual reality and augmented reality. So that is about mixed reality. Then we have what we call extended reality. Now, extended reality is covering all the three technologies that we've mentioned, and that enhances our senses. So it includes augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality put together. That is what we call extended reality. Now, so sometimes it is very difficult to draw the line or the distinction between all these three. Determining a suitable use case for your business is normally critical. So for many business, what they normally use is augmented reality, because most of the time it is one of those that is easier to integrate into company processes, or it is easy to integrate in the general processes of the organization. Now, let's come down to what we are meant to discuss today. So today we are looking at the types of augmented reality. So basically, as businesses around the world are taking shape because of the kind of the technologies they are investing in and the return they're deriving from this technology. So our technologies, as far as IT systems and components are concerned, are growing day and night, and therefore normally businesses have a chance to determine which type of technology they use. And remember, I said that augmented reality is normally the easiest one to incorporate in the business. So it comes in handy for businesses to choose this kind of technology because of how easy it is to be integrated within or in the business processes of an organization. Now, there are two major types of augmented realities, and I want us to look at them and basically see the clear distinction between these two. Yes, so there are two types of augmented reality, which are marker-based and markerless augmented reality. Okay, so choosing one of these types of augmented reality will determine how you'll be able to display your image and information. So that is a key aspect when it comes to these two types of augmented reality. Now, let's start off by looking at marker-based augmented reality. Now, this is a reality that is created using image recognition, identifying objects which are already within the AR device or the application. Now, when placing object in view as points of reference, you need to understand that this point of reference are going to be very important for the device, because you have to place your object strategically so that the marker-based augmented reality device is able to capture these images, then processes, comparing it with what it is already having in its database to determine the correct position or the correct positioning place you can be able to position your device. So when placing objects in view as point of reference, they can help your augmented reality device determine the position and orientation of the camera. This is generally achieved by switching your camera to grayscale and detecting a marker to compare that marker with all other information existing within the AR system. Once the device has been able to find it match, it uses the data mathematically to determine the pose and the place the AR image is to be or should be. So that is all about the AR or marker-based augmented reality. So you have to position objects as point of reference for your device. then your device, using its camera, is able to capture the devices that are within its reach. Then it is able to compare the positioning of the device and the information that are or is already existing within its database, and then it will give you an appropriate output as far as your setting is concerned. Then we have the markerless AR, or markerless augmented reality. Now this one is a bit complex because there is no point of reference that the device will focus on. So your device must be able to recognize items within its view. Then using recognition algorithm that has already been programmed within the device is able to look for pattern colors, similar features to determine what objects is, and then using time and accelerators and GPS and compasses information, it will be able to orientate itself and use the camera to overlay an image of whatever you'd like within your real world surroundings. So that's how it is. This one is a bit complex as it is. There is this one. There is the device that you're using for your augmented reality system. So it is able to capture all the objects you have within your surrounding. Then it is able to compare the information that is coming outside with using an algorithm that has already been programmed within it, and give you the right kind of output. So it uses in its quest to find what it needs. It will look for colors and patterns and maybe similar features and of the objects. Then it will, using time and accelerometer, GPS and compass information, it will be able to orientate itself and also its camera. Then it will overlay the image of whatever you'd like to have within the surrounding you are in. So that is it. Now augmented reality works as probably as the way we've mentioned, but it is imperative that we realize that there are two types of augmented reality. So they are basically main components that are required for your augmented reality system to work as it is. So augmented reality normally creates an immersive experience for users, though most common AR forms are through glasses or camera lenses. The most common, as I've mentioned, is that they rely on lenses and camera lenses and also glasses. So but the consumption of these kind of technologies are growing day by day. So different companies are coming up with different hardware and different lenses that they are using for augmented reality. So I just want to mention a few significant components of the augmented reality system. Now, one of the critical component is artificial intelligence. Now, most virtual reality solutions rely heavily on artificial intelligence to work. Now, allowing users to compare actions using voice prompt. AI can also help in processing of information within the augmented reality application. Apart from artificial intelligence, there is also augmented reality software. Now, these are basically applications used to access augmented reality. So most of the time you'll find that different organizations are able to come up with their own augmented reality software which they can use in their augmented reality systems. Now, when it comes to other components, we have the processing. Now, this processing depends on the kind of operating system you have, the operating system you have, and also the general devices that constitute your computer, like the type of processors you have, the amount of memory you have, the amount of the type of operating system you have. So those are also key components that are normally used in augmented reality. So probably soon we'll have an operating system that is basically dedicated for virtual reality and the likes. But as it is, we've seen that many companies such as Apple, Microsoft, and others have shown interest in creating and coming up with a virtual reality operating system, or rather an operating system that is able to manage virtual reality system. So these are the prospects that we are having going forward as far as technology and augmented technology is concerned. Now, another thing that is very important part of augmented reality system is what we call lenses. Now, lenses are basically image platform to view your content or images. So the better your screen is, the more realistic your image will appear. So the powerful lenses you've got will determine the clarity and the effectiveness of your image captured from the environment. So it is very critical to know that apart from artificial intelligence, AR software and processing, or the system softwares and the hardware that you've got, we also have lenses which are very important. Then finally we have what we call sensors. So most of augmented reality systems have got sensors that are able to capture data from the environment, maybe through the lenses or such, and align it to digital world. So these sensors are very important. They capture information within the proximity of the augmented reality system and deliver this information into the AR processor. Then the processor is able to compare and process that data and deliver some kind of output later, which in regards to what needs to be done. So when your camera captures information, it sends it through software for processing. So the sensors are out there capturing information from the environment. Then the data is sent to the software. Then the software send the data to the processor. Then the processor is able to work on that data and give a definite outcome as far as that is concerned. So